door. Kick in the door. Kick in the door. Kick in the door.
What's cracking, fam, and welcome to Kicking the Doors Under the Scope. I'm your host Stos, and today we're out here in West Sydney gearing up to have a bit of a chat with Sesk, an artist that's been in the game for years, grinding hard, and his quality speaks for itself. So without further ado, let's fucking get this. Welcome to episode 2 of Under the Scope, brother. Let's get into it by starting off with letting everyone know at home who you are and where you're from.
I'm Sesk, originally from Layla Park 2147, represent Blacktown City.
Fair play, man, fair play. Now, it's not all about the music, so let's start with your childhood, man. How was it, your upbringing and family life growing up?
Upbringing was, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. Mum and Dad did what they had to do to make sure that we could do what we had to do, and so it wasn't the best, but wasn't the worst. But in saying that, it made me the man that I am today. So yeah. I wouldn't change anything.
No, fair play, man. Before rapping, whilst you were a teenager, did you get up to much trouble? Yeah, on the streets.
I got up to a lot of fucking. There's numerous times my grandmother had to get up early hours of the morning to come down to the fucking cop shops and get us out. You know what I mean? Just as you do, young and dumb. Everyone gets in fucking trouble, but what do you do?
Yeah, no, fair play. How much did you come across racism growing up as an Indigenous kid in West Sydney?
It's a fair bit, eh? Like, believe it or not, in the area, well, the majority of the time that I grew up in Layla Park, going way back then, my family was the first Indigenous family located in Layla Park. So it was, from back then, it was my mother. She was one sister of an all-girl family, so they had to fucking run the ball up for all the racism back then, and then obviously it keeps going on through generations. But the problem with kids these days, they're growing up racist and they don't even know it. You know what I mean? Like, I've always got people calling me out, hey bro, you abo. Not many people know, but abo's it's a racial slur. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and they don't know that because that's how they're raised.
Yeah.
So obviously you got to fucking correct them when I can.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, that's fair enough. When was the moment you realised you wanted to be a rapper?
Oh, fuck. To be honest, I never wanted to be a rapper. That's like facts. Like I started music as a way of an expression, just because I wasn't really much of a talker to talk to anyone, and so it wasn't about being a rapper to me. It still ain't about being a rapper. Yeah. Ain't wrong. I like to do what I do, but if you listen to the majority of my music, it's more comes from me, from the inside, and so it's just a way of an expression for me, man.
Yeah, no, fair play. Who were some of your biggest influences, like rappers, growing up?
Rappers? Well, look, not many people know this, right? I'll say it here first. Before that, I was straight up Backstreet Boys. I shit you not. When I was a kid, my brother, my sister, and all that, they were always in the R&B, hip hop and that. My brother was on the decks and cuts and all that. But I was into the Backstreet Boys. But then I actually got invited. They invited me to a workshop that a crew called Local Knowledge was held, and it was then when I first wrote my first rhyme. You know what I mean? And it just kicked on from there. But as time went on, influence-wise, musically, I'd have to say DMX. He fucking inspired me a lot. He done a lot with his career, you know what I mean, that goes overlooked. Then after that was just more underground artists like Mike Righteous and shit like that. But influence-wise, without music, as a man, I'd have to say Kevin Gates, man. He's on some shit. He speaks some shit, Just as a man, away from the music.
Yeah, of course. Real cool. Where did you get your name, Sesk?
I tell people it means beautiful black man in Vietnamese, but it doesn't. It was actually, I used to write must when I was younger. I was writing must, M-U-S-T, and then I moved to Marion for a little bit, and there was a fella over there. He used to write Sesk, and at that time it was like who had the better tag, and fucking he was in part of the circle. And I was like, hey, cuz, you want to swap names? Like, yeah, fucking oath, and then bang, just grabbed it and just ran with it from there, hasn't changed.
Oh, there you go. Tell me a bit about the early days of your rapping career. What was it hard being an Indigenous rapper coming up?
No, not really. It was, aside from the Indigenous side, it was hard. It wasn't hard. It was just it was frowned upon being a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, obviously there was some sort of a scene when I started. Like I started a long time ago, man, and when I started there was some sort of a scene, but there wasn't much of an underground scene. So, like I'll go against any cunt that says otherwise, but I done some groundwork to help fucking build the underground scene. You know what I mean? And like obviously not by myself. There was fucking Forte. There was fucking Sydney Searchers. You know what I mean? So it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't hard, but as I said, like you were looked down upon. Like
Yeah.
you're a rapper, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't welcomed.
No, fair enough. Well, then I might as well go into the next question. Let's talk a bit about your latest release, Captain Shook, which for me personally I think is a brilliant track, which has deep message that is definitely on point. Speaking of the hardships of your people that go through in this country.
That was a big track for me to write. Well, don't get me wrong. There's when we talk about music scenes with the hip hop, there's an Australian scene, there's an Indigenous scene. You know what I mean? And obviously I come through the Australian scene, just because of the way that I grew up. You know, and it was like with the Indigenous scene, there's a lot of music like that, and I didn't really want to jump on that wave to be another poor me, look at this guy, you know. So I done my thing, but now, look, as time went on, I felt that, look, when I have conversations with people, I'm always trying to politically correct them.
Yep.
So I thought now was my time to, if I could talk to Captain Cook, this is what I'd say to him.
Yep.
This is how I feel, you know what I mean? Like,
Nice.
each to their own, freedom of speech. So I just had to say what I had to say.
Yeah. No, fair play, man, fair play. Give me a rundown on why changing the date of Australia Day is such an important thing to you, man.
Changing the date, man, look, as what many people don't understand, this country was invaded on January 26th, as I stated in the song.
Right.
But it wasn't labelled as Australia until many years later, and that was January 1st, you know what I mean? And like what people think, oh, you know, fucking changing the date, this and that, they just want to give them what they want. What we're saying is January 26th to us is like Anzac Day to the Australian people, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like,
100%.
that's a day of mourning for us. You change the date to January 1st, we're going to fucking party with you. You know what I mean? It's not about dividing each other. It's about let's celebrate together on the right day instead of a day of mourning that more people go through. You know what I mean? And some people say, like politicians have even said, oh, it's in the past, let it go. You know, let's let Anzac Day go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's the same as that. Like, so yeah, we're not. It's not about we're trying to make everything equal, man. Like, that's how I feel anyway. That's my opinion on it.
No, I think it comes down to respect, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Respecting the true people of this land, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day, man. Do you feel like you have evolved as an artist over the years, or especially after this release now, Captain Shook?
Yeah, I think I have, man. Look, as an artist, yeah. Like, but it all starts with being a man first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be a better artist without being a better version of yourself. I wake up every day and I say, you know, I've got to be a better version of me today than what I was yesterday. What I say is I want to wake up. I want to be that man that wakes up. As soon as his feet hit the floor, the devil looks up and goes, "Fuck, he's awake." You know what I mean? That's the way you got to be, man. Just
No,
yeah, I have evolved as an artist, but first and foremost as a man to get me to where I am, you know.
Yeah, no, I respect that, man. All right, tell me a bit about your relationship with Luxury and what Blood Brothers is.
Well, actually, that's my brother, man. And, you know, ride together, die together, bad boys for life. No, he's a really, really good mate of mine. I'll consider him a brother. You know what I mean? The Blood Brother label that comes from we're actually working on a joint tape at the moment named Blood Brothers. So that should be coming out soon. But if you could ask for a genuine bloke in life, that's him.
Yep.
Like he's a soldier. He's stand by thick and thin. You know what I mean? Me and him are kind of like, if I got $10 in my pocket and he's got nothing, well, then we got $10. If he spends $5 for himself, well then we got $5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just the type of bloke he is, man. He's a good bloke.
Fair play, fair play. You've been in the rap game for quite a few years now. Tell me some of the artists you have major respect for and enjoy working with.
Shit. There's a few out there. There is a few out there. There are some where you do have respect for, but then you see little fucking sneak videos that cunts have recorded them saying shit and doing shit, and it's like, it's a waste of time, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard. As artists, I respect a few of them.
Yep.
But as men, morally, there's not many out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I respect fucking, from this point, from what I know, I respect the hustle of Alex Jones. You know what I mean? He was going through some shit not too long ago, but from what I've heard is he's making his way back, you know what I mean? So yeah, he's a good kid.
No, fair play, man, fair play. What is your opinion on the scene at the present moment?
At the moment, there's good and bad in it, man. Like 50% of the scene is fucking doing their thing. More power to them, go hard, do your thing. But then the other 50% is like it's an identity crisis. Everyone wants to be like the next guy, you know what I mean? It's just, but compared to from where it was when I was in it, compared to now, there's a big change.
Yep.
Like there's a lot more doors opening up. But then you also got other, not even artists, but other people within circles on platforms to promote good music. Instead, they want to promote their friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fucked. It's fucked. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to have all these rappers, yeah, I'm with this cunt, I'm with that cunt, but at the end of the day, it's each for their own cause. You know, you're going to have a circle. It's all about who's riding with you and who's riding for you. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. So not only are you a rapper, you're also an actor. Tell us a bit about your stint on the TV show Jonah from Tonga.
Fucking Jonah, cause that was that long ago, and I still get put up for it today.
I had to dig deep for that one.
Yeah, cause that was like, fuck. I think I only had fucking half a sleeve. You know what I mean? And now it was like, yeah, it was that long ago. It was a good experience, but hey, good cast and crew, and fucking Chris Lilly, he's top bloke, man.
Yep.
Like, yeah, my family has done a fair bit of TV work in the time, so we, when it comes to casting agents and that, our names are there, you know, like, we're known for that. And yeah, when the ABC in Melbourne were actually looking for someone to play Jared on Jonah from Tonga, but the names, with them, they use, because you've got normal TV casting agents, but then you've got documentary casting agents. And them ones, they expand, you know. And they just couldn't find anyone for Jared, to play Jared. So then the ABC from Melbourne, ABC, or Princess Pictures, one of them, they've contacted the casting agent in Sydney. And we're in close with them.
Yep.
And then once she heard what they wanted, she's hit me up straight away. She didn't even put it out there. She goes, look, this is you to a T. Check it out, blah, blah. And at that point, like, to be honest, I didn't know. I knew Angry Boys, I knew all that shit, but I didn't know who Chris Lilly was. I didn't know his name. And she's like, you know, it's for a mockumentary with Chris Lilly, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, pretty cool, you know. And I searched up Chris Lilly, and I realised it was him. And I was like, get fucked. You know, I was like, wow. And then so I done me self-tape to them, sent it to him. And then their producers and that, they were like, that's really good, but can you just try not to act? I was like, alright, so I sent another one back, it's me being myself. They're like, perfect. And then it was just on from there. Went to Melbourne and met the crew, met the team, met Chris. It was a good experience, you know?
Yeah.
It was fucking nice.
What were some of the other roles you featured in?
I was actually in a feature film alongside Christina Ricci. Ruby Rose was in it as well, called Around the Block. That's I'm not saying this because I was in it, but hands down, that's a good fucking story. It's a good. So if you ever get the chance, check it out. So I done that. I was in a bit of an extra in Jindabyne many years ago. Extra in The Convict. Yeah, there's a few there. I've done a few short films in that, but the main roles were Jonah. Yeah, that's one I get recognised for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could write music every day of the week and release it, and cunts will still go, "Hey, you were in Jonah." You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's good, but it's not. To be honest, when I first done it, I thought nothing of it, but there was a bit of there was a little bit of tension because I was the head Aboriginal fella. So when I was going at the head Islander fella, you know what I mean, there was a little bit of tension there. I could feel it, but I didn't let it worry me. But then afterwards, I was like, fuck, I'm probably going to get into a lot of shit, you know what I mean? I'll probably punch on all these Islanders. But the Islanders were like, bro, you're a sick car. I was like, they're mad, you know?
How old were you at that time?
Fuck, I couldn't tell you how old I was, but I think it was a good... Fuck, when was that? 2009, I think. Yeah, 11 years ago, something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, so I would have been about 21. I'm 21 now, so I was about 21. Yeah.
Alright, are we going to see any more music from you in the near future, man? Like, what do you got lined up?
I'm actually sitting on a few fucking tracks. A few clips are in the bank now. And working on, like I said, we're working on a joint tape with Luxury, Blood Brothers. So that's pretty much, we've got about 4 more tracks that are doing that. I'm going straight from here down to film a clip now. So there's going to be a lot coming. I feel this year's the time. It's time to grind, you know. Like in the previous years, I wasn't too fast. Like, yeah, whatever, put this. But now I feel it's the time to grind, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When you're not making music, what does your life consist of? Like family life, work life?
Being a dad, man.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. Whenever I'm not at work, I'm a dad. And that's my purpose in life.
Yeah.
I couldn't give a fuck if I sell 1 million fucking CDs, you know what I mean? I got my babies at home, and that's all. Look, you've been a father, you know yourself, because the minute you have a baby, it gives you a whole new perspective on life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start cherishing everything. You start fucking... Yeah, I wouldn't change anything, man. I love being a dad. I love it. It's the palm.
Alright, man. Well, thanks for coming on today on Under the Scope. Much respect, man.
Thanks for having me.
Well.
Share it.
Kick in the door. 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 Kick in the door.